Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to make this video about hunting transient coyotes. First I'm going to start off by going through a checklist I do every time I go out on a hunt. I always check my gear, my weapons, make sure they're loaded, make sure my lights are working. I also make sure that I can scan my whole field of fire without any hiccups or anything in my way on the tripod here. You notice that I had to move my bag, so that's a good thing to notice before the hunt starts. So
Alright,
we're getting set up here now. Right here I'm showing the locations where the coyotes are all the time. I don't have permissions there, so I have to hunt the other circled areas that I do have permissions for. So that's why it takes 3 or 4 hunts to get these guys, because they're always in a different location. But as you can see, I have a trail camera set up. It's a cell cam, so it notifies me where the coyotes are, what time they're there, and it notifies me live, so I'm able to set up off that. So that was a huge factor here in getting this hunt done. Right here I'm showing the direction that the coyotes travel from that main spot that they're always at. They follow that creek and they go around to those fields where I do have permissions. And that's the path that they're on there. That's a trail through the woods. And right there where I drew that one line, that signifies where I have that trail camera set up that you'll see the footage of or the pictures of coming up.
Checked all my equipment. Everything's ready. We're going to start off with female koi, longhouse 2. We'll do 23 volume.
So this is kind of a long video. The hunt that I actually get them on was like the 4th hunt that I went out there. If you want to skip to that, if you want to skip to the hunt where they came in, that's at 8 minutes and 10 seconds in this video. You can go ahead and skip to that. Or you could continue watching. You could watch all my different night outs, and then the one day stand I did chasing these guys. It's kind of a long process, but if you want to stick around for the full thing, that would be great. This video just kind of goes through and shows you when you don't have coyotes primarily on your land every night. They're considered like transient coyotes for
Alright,
your
so I got
property,
one coyote.
specific to your property.
One coyote is down here.
This is what you can expect to have to go through
ways,
to
unfortunately.
call them
We
in,
got a whole pack
or to
behind
actually
me. I just did the male.
get them to come into the call, because sometimes they don't want to travel to your location when they're hunting on a farm, like a dairy farm or something that
female koi longhouse
has a lot of food. It's abundant with food opportunities there.
We'll see if they answer.
So you kind of have to just naturally wait for them. So you just kind of have to wait for them to naturally show up to your property, and then get close and call them at that point, because it's hard to resist when you start calling on top of them versus several hundred yards away when they have plenty of food. They might not want to travel to you.
Alright, we didn't get an answer, so we're gonna do yipping coyotes. Make it sound like we just joined back up as a crew. So you got one male long, one female long, answered it. And this is gonna make it sound like there's a pack of coyotes up here now. So see if they bite to this.
So here, that field that I'm facing right now on the camera, I'm checking the wind again. Always checking the wind, especially when I know where a coyote might be. I'm going to approach downwind of that location, so that's what I'm doing there, checking to make sure that my scent's not being blown to him. At this point in time, I suspect that he's up there in that brushy area that I'm looking at right now, so I was going to get in this creek bottom with my handgun. I'm going to sneak down there and play some distress sound real quietly, try to get him to come in, so that's what I'm doing here. I was hoping to get a 10 to 15 yard shot on one with the Glock 17 here. Would have been pretty exciting, but Nothing came in. Uh, my sister tipped me off and said that she saw him in that field earlier that day, so I was hoping maybe he bedded up in that area because she saw him around 8 o'clock in the morning in that field, and I figured maybe he bedded down over there. And I was going to try to call him in this creek, so that's what's going on here. Making a little too much noise there on stand, but if he showed up, I didn't want to shoot any twigs in my way. And obviously he didn't end up coming in on this stand, so I'm picking up the caller, heading out before I make too much noise and educate these coyotes. Using this technique kind of like a micro stand. So these photos here that I'm showing you now are the photos that I received the night of the successful hunt. So I went out around 8:45, 9 o'clock on this night, and you can see these photos came through to my cell phone at about 7:51 p.m. 1951. And this was signifying that they're on that trail in the woods that I showed you where the X was in that photo at the beginning of the video. So I do have permissions to hunt this area. So I knew that there was at least 2 coyotes here because you can see in the second photo, or I'm sorry, the third photo, he's looking back and you can see some eyes glowing there. So there's another coyote there. So I went out. On the way out, I did not howl right away. This is the day of the hunt. I'm showing the trail camera again. That other X in the field is my location. And that one little line there is where those coyotes ended up coming in at, on the opposite side of the field from me. They ended up coming downwind of the electronic call. The electronic call is about 20 yards in front of me, and where they popped up in the top of the field there, they were directly downwind of the call. So it's about right where I expected them to come in at.
I'm gonna call this one out to the field. Pop him.
Sorry for the crappy footage here, but I didn't have my GoPro with my light on in this hunt. So here you go. See, the first one shows up there at about 90 yards away. I think there's only one here, and then I start to see more come up. See the second one there to the right, and then as they progress down through the field, the third one shows up right there. So you got 3 coyotes that came in. I was suspecting 2, and I'm searching for the other ones here in my scope, but I only see the one, so I decided to go ahead and take this guy. I whistled to get him to stop for a nice easy shot. And then you'll notice he stops there for a good shot. Saw him drop, so I'm immediately scanning for the other 2 coyotes. I don't see them, and I don't want to get off the scope to use my thermal at this point because I want to be ready on the trigger when I do see them. So I'm whistling, trying to get them to look in my direction so I can get their eyes to glow. But, well, thanks for watching, guys. Tell me what you think. Comment down below. And like I said, this isn't how I hunt every single coyote. This is just how I handled the transient coyotes in my area. So I do want to get more permissions to hunt those farms around me. And that would be more of a regular coyote hunt style. You just kind of go in, locate them, sneak up on them, call them in. But when you're hunting the transient coyotes like this, it's kind of different. It's a little more difficult. But all right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.